Get in! Welcome to Top 4. My name's Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Title rivals, top 4 rivals are dropping points. That's cool. Tottenham, United, 1-1. I'm happy.
I'm joined by Robinho, an anti-James fan.
Get James the heck out of my club. Oh, he's so dead. He's so dead. No, he needs to leave. He needs to leave.
And I'm joined by Dave, an Arsenal fan.
Hey, David Luiz needs to.
Taxi! Yeah, man, we're going to touch on David Luiz momentarily. Don't you worry about that. But we're going to kick things off with reactions. Robin, what did you make of the 1-1 draw for Manchester United away at Tottenham Hotspur?
It was a classic. United had to make things harder than they needed to be. We questioned why Pogba wasn't started, which I said clearly throughout the whole restart. There's been reports that he's not fully fit, and I was like, fair enough. However, after watching the shambolic 60 minutes that United did, it was clearly still that an injured Paul Pogba is still the best player on the team. And that says a lot of things about where United is. After the Pogba came on, him and Fernandes were running that midfield like we all expected it to be. So it questions things. 1, why is Paul Pogba not starting? 2, why the hell is Dan James on the damn pitch? He should be nowhere near this football pitch. He should be back in the Championship. And I've had enough of him. And I've been a guy that's been actually positive for him, but now I've had enough.
Yeah, why the slander on Dan James, man?
Dan James, Mason Greenwood is clearly shown as a starter. Unlucky miss at the end. It was just a bit off. But he clearly shows that he can start over Dan James. Clearly.
Yeah, a part of me really wanted him to score that, but then a part of me was very happy that he missed.
David, what did you reckon of the United game? I mean,
I wasn't gonna lie, but it was another snooze fest until things scored. Until the penalty.
You was making me laugh, bruv. I was laughing my head off when you the voice notes you were sending on the WhatsApp group. Bruv.
I'm not gonna lie, bruv. The first halves of these games have been snooze fest, bruv.
What, you've been struggling?
I'm struggling. When they scored, then you could see, okay, let's go. Like the last 10 minutes was mad. Proper Premier League game, man. Everyone's just defending, bruv.
Are you watching it with the noise on though?
Yeah.
And you're still finding it boring?
Man, them are not attacking, bruv. You see the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. No. That was prime. Up until the pen, it was prime Jose Mourinho. Do you know when there was 11 men hugging the 15-yard box?
What I'm saying. Look how deep Kane was.
Like Kane was deep. Son was deep. I'm like, okay, Mourinho wanted a 1-0 snatch and grab. That's what he wanted. You can clearly see.
I question whether or not that was a Mourinho thing. Like, something tells me that it was like Tottenham just couldn't handle Man United for a bit, and then as soon as the equaliser went in, all of a sudden we're playing football again. Do you know what I'm saying? So I question. At first, it looks like a blatant Mourinho, tactic all day long, but I don't know. Like, it just feels to me that Man United were just pinning Tottenham to their box, and Tottenham just couldn't get out. I don't know. Maybe so. AD is in the building. He is a Liverpool fan. What a go on. What did you think of the last 90 minutes we've just seen at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
I think Jose sort of looks like he wanted to sort of do a classic Jose victory, 1-0, and I think it was a very, very, very industrious performance. I think what we saw from him was he set out his team well. He had Son, he had Bergwijn, who at times played at wing back almost. And those times where Kane was literally marking Bruno Fernandes, so he really, really wanted to sort of get that 1-0 victory. And obviously, when United scored, then obviously he started to be a bit more expensive in his play because he had to go back and get his lead. Yeah. So honestly, I thought Jose did quite well, to be fair. I don't know, I might be completely wrong.
No, I think Spurs did do all right. I think they tried. I think they did. They could, they did what they could. And at the end of the day, United on paper should have won this game. Before ball was kicked, you thought, United are going to get the 3 points, no problem here. And as Robin had stated at the beginning, they just made life hard. What do you think was what was the problems, Robin, do you reckon, in the game? Do you reckon there was something in particular that United just weren't doing that they could do, or do you reckon it was because of Tottenham?
No, Dan James was trash. Plain and simple.
Leave Dan.
He gave the ball out so many times on that left wing and was just offering nothing. I remember watching him versus Serge Aurier, and he just kept kicking the ball to him. I'm like, what are you doing? Hold the ball down. Look where you are. Don't just kick and run. Don't be the run merchant that you are. Actually use your brain.
I think United were limited.
Hey Robin, what happened to you? What happened to you guys?
I can't hear him.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, what's up? I was saying that basically Dan James needs to stop just kicking the ball and run, because that's all he's been doing the whole on the left wing, on the right wing. And then Harry Maguire, I'm very disappointed in you, how you gave that ball away. Clearly. And David De Gea should have saved that. And I've already said that David De Gea is on a yellow card from a few months ago. I'm starting to reach out for the front pocket, you know.
Oh yeah,
Henderson needs to come through.
I'm starting to reach for the other pocket. It's getting to a point. It's like, okay, David, you've been a general for us. I love that you stay. I love that, but there's so many times I can shake my head at you. You need to come on.
I have to agree with you there. I think it's time. Like Oscar said, it's time for Hendo to get between the sticks, because how many more mistakes are we going to allow De Gea because of how great he's been for Man United? I don't know, man. I'm going with a I think it's time. I don't know what else to really make up of that game. The centre forwards on both ends of the pitch. Martial didn't really.
He had a snooze fest today. Which is fairly annoying. He should have scored, but it was a great save for Luiz. Very good save.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Good
he was very quiet throughout the game. Same with Rashford. I felt like he could do more. But he looked very rusty. He looks like he's not played, and it clearly showed. And then obviously that right-hand side was nothing until Greenwood came on. So going forward, it's very simple. Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Pogba, Fernandes. That's all I want to see. I do not want to see Dan James anyone near. I don't want to see Lindelof there. I want Bay on, because Bay came on. Defense was fine. I want to see Matt was fine. I was surprised Fred came off. I was surprised. I thought McTominay should have came off.
So is that.
The thing is that with McTominay, I don't know, man. It's like McTominay wasn't doing a bad job, neither was Fred, but you had to get Pogba in there, isn't it? It was one of those. I don't think either one should have gone off, but how else do you get Pogba in there with Bruno playing?
I felt like I thought Fred was offering more than Scott. Scott felt a little bit alone, if that makes sense. He felt targeted. Like a lot of people on him. That's why I was like, get Pogba on for Scott. That because Pogba was literally bullying them inside and out as soon as he came on.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the goals. You know, we mentioned De Gea already. You know how much of a howler he's had there, and Maguire you've mentioned as well.
Oh my God!
Was it still a powerful? Like, you know, was Bergwijn give him a bit of credit or not?
I mean, all you can give him credit was power. He put power in that shot, but the build-up play was so basic. Like the ball that goes over the top, and Shaw fails to deal with it, and then what Harry Maguire was trying to do, I have no idea.
Everyone's trying to find out. I have no idea. But what about
Roy Keane?
He was
Manchester United legend.
He was on in the first half.
Yes, Ernest, join the brigade.
So we were Ernie in the building. Man said Daniel James out. You as well.
Yes.
Him out, bro.
Oh my God.
Get him out. Get him out. Listen. There's a lot of old people I know that could have done a better job.
Are you being harsh on James?
No.
Okay. What did he do?
I mean, he didn't do much, but before I get to James, I mean, there's a few that I'm looking at. I'm looking at Luke Shaw, and I'm looking at players like.
But the thing is,
Luke Shaw had a better job than James.
But the thing is, we've discussed Luke Shaw since 2019 Manchester Derby, so there's nothing more to discuss.
But I want to see Luke Shaw out.
In addition to that, Luke Shaw actually contributed to goals.
I've been seeing Luke Shaw out for at least a season, and it wasn't this season. There's podcast receipts. So don't. It's like when man were telling that Dave Chappelle to talk about BLM. I've been talking about BLM. So I want to talk about players I already talked about, bro. Yeah. Tony Marshall might as well have been at home. And the thing is, like, he had chances today. If he makes the game 2-0 or whatever, Pogba's like assist for the penalty doesn't even matter because you put the game to bed. Let's not even start on Maguire. Do you see what I'm saying? No. Then David De Gea, you see De Gea, yeah? De Gea is my brother, but flip it.
Yeah, I've already said it. I said I think it's time.
I can't back him.
I can't
back him no more, bruv.
It's time for Henderson. It's absolutely time for Henderson.
And also, like, let's not even discuss the midfield. Like, Fred went back to old Fred. And Scott McTominay has done this thing where he is such an effort merchant that people think he's good. And I'm like, bro, when you man are asking, who would I rather prefer, Sancho or Partey? Give me Partey all day. Every day of the week. I want Thomas Partey. Because our midfield is woeful without Pogba and Bruno.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's bad. Trust me. So I'm done, bruv. I'm done. I'm just like
we were talking about half time. You know, our man Roy Keane was flame on. I mean, he literally had. You know, I bet they in the earpiece. They said you've got 40 seconds. Let's hear it. And then we didn't get anything more. Did you notice that we went to the break and when we came back, it was time for kickoff. They had more.
No, guys, that was comedy gold.
It was fantastic.
Oh, it was box office stuff.
He was ready to drape man, bro. He wants to drape these man, bro. He wants to see them, and that is like, bruv. Man said they shouldn't even take the coach back. They should make their own way back to Manchester.
Do you know how far Tottenham is from Manchester? Listen, no, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I spent 70 minutes spitting blood. I couldn't believe how bad we were bad, and we shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Do you know what I thought was
point earlier? Go on, Oscar.
That the right side of Manchester United, right? Obviously, you've got Wan-Bissaka who can defend, but in Wan-Bissaka and Dan James combining, and then McTominay coming along to help. It was terrible. It was terrible.
James,
that's what I tweeted.
James.
People were getting on to Ollie, and I was like, all right, let's wait and see what happens. But then 5 minutes into it, you know when you relive like nightmares, like I looked at Daniel James and said, "Oh, this is the guy from the Man City game that had 3 chances against Bruno for Bruno to score a hat trick, and he decided to pass the ball to the Stretford end. Oh, this guy. Okay, cool. Then I remembered. Everything.
But the thing is, you're remembering it. We're all remembering how bad flipping McTominay is and James and all these players are. But Ollie's seeing it every week. How can you think a midfielder Fred and McTominay and with like you've got so many mediocre players, man. It's so bad. So yeah, that's basically it, bro.
Like I said, it's very simple. All I want to see: Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Pogba, Fernandes. That's the front 5 I want to see. At the minimum.
At the minimum.
The thing is, Greenwood is a certified starter now, yeah? Because
Greenwood is a certified starter. It's always been like that.
Certified starter? Oscar, you're better than Daniel James.
No, we're saying Greenwood.
No, I'm saying Greenwood is a certified starter before anyone. Like I'll say Garlo is teetering on that starting in front of Tony because Tony's looked great in part, and then sometimes you see what I'm saying. But like tonight, every time Tony missed, I thought of Adrian. I thought it's this guy. legit, yeah. And the thing is, more time, Tony has a decent game against Tottenham. Whether he scores or not is a different thing, but he has a decent game. Tonight, he was abysmal, honestly. And a part of it was service. A part of it was, like, before Pogba came on the pitch, Bruno was struggling. Because it's like, there's no one else on my wavelength. You see what I'm saying? It's like, when he gets his spitting with Skepta, then he realizes Kano's in the room as well. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, so Bruno has come out and said, Pogba thinks the same as me. I'm so happy you was on.
It's not rocket science.
It's not.
Rocket science.
The golfing class, when them two are on, the golfing class in that midfield is second to none. But Mourinho got his tactics right today. I think Spurs will leave and say, and you know what, boom, we'll take that 1-1 draw, because I don't think Tottenham were bad. I think they just knew what they were up against, and United did well to pin them. I think Man United pinned them well into their 18-yard penalty area.
When Pogba came on, we were in their half.
Yeah, you were just in. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those that you just began making breakfast in there and everything, and then for them it was just a case of shut down shop. And sadly, Manchester United get a lifeline in this game because of idiotic defending from Eric Dyer. And the thing is, he's had a good game. He's had a good game most of the time, but he could have cost 2 penalties to Manchester United.
Oh, yeah, Eric Dyer had that All Lives Matter trim, That was nuts.
I don't know what that was. He looked like I was thinking, this guy's part of the demolition. I couldn't understand it.
He was winning balls in the air. He was winning tackles. Tony was in his pocket. I thought, this is long. Rashford as well. Didn't really do much for me today.
Yeah, no, when I saw Mourinho's 11, I thought he's trying to wind me up, because the way he had the players set out, and what you saw was on the bench, it was a bit like, come on, is he taking the mick? When I look at how many players he's left out, but then I thought, like, is he doing this as a mind game in and of itself? Like, is he that deep, or is it just, to be fair to him, he got the starting 11 probably spot on, besides Kane. But you understand why Kane started. Kane had an absolute stinker. He could terrible.
I forgot Kane was on the pitch, to be honest.
Pony and trap. Yeah, he was awful. And it was, of course, it's probably down to the fact that he was injured and whatever else. But the rust, I mean, I was seeing the shavings of rust on the pitch from minute 1.
Yeah.
And
I saw someone say that they said it's going to take at least 5 games to get back into his normal shape. And this is how he is at the start of every season.
Big fact.
It always takes.
He's nowhere to be found in August. Like, your fantasy team, you might as well just leave him out, because he's nowhere to be found. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe Tottenham have a few games where they have the ball a lot more and whatever else. They did feel like the away side weirdly in this game, but at the same time, they're playing against Manchester United. They're 5th for a reason. On one hand, great result. On the other hand, they'll probably be kicking themselves, thinking, "Damn it! We were so close. It was a." You probably give them, like an 8 out of 10 for performance, but just the two situations. Can we talk about that one? Go again.
Sorry, just you were talking about Tottenham. I said they need to hold that, because from the 60th minute, these guys were playing like it was the 80th minute. Everyone was dragged back. Harry Kane is in his own final third. Like, why on earth were you so caged in and acted like you had a lead to protect from that point? Like, they made it too easy for United. They gave them the ball.
But I think that's because Pogba came on and completely changed the dynamic of Man United. United was so much more fluid. He was so much more fluid.
They were moving under the cosh from before that, Pete.
Yeah, but it's because they were under the cosh by Manchester United. I don't think they necessarily reverted back, like, on purpose. I feel like United were having the ball. And
they didn't play the game the way they played it in the first half. They let United have the ball, and you had Kane deep in his own half. The furthest attacking player for Tottenham was pushed back. Like, it was a tactical thing. They acted like it was the last 5 minutes of the game when they had 40 minutes to play.
No, but do you think? I was going to say, do you think that Jose perhaps looked at United's lineup, said, you know what, Rashford, he likes space from behind to run into. Daniel James is effectively playing with 10 men. If you've got a lower block, there's not necessarily creativity within Fred and McTominay. The only real spark there would be obviously Bruno Fernandes. Martial is very much ball into feet. So if we close the spaces, we've pretty much negated his threat. So I think ultimately, as Peter's saying, I think Pogba just changed the landscape, because when Pogba came on, there was a hell of a lot more space for United to actually sort of pick pockets and exploit. But in the way in which it was before, United didn't necessarily have the quality on the field to threaten Spurs too much.
Not at all.
Roy Keane. Sorry to interrupt, but Roy Keane has said something hilarious I've just heard right now. So he's obviously talking about the comeback, and he said, because United came back, he said, maybe I'll let them on the bus, but they have to sit at the back, not to talk to anyone.
I said he's gonna Rosa Parks them, you know.
Yeah. I don't know.
The man is savage.
That's
savage.
bad.
What was your reaction when the second penalty was awarded?
Me? Anta.
Everyone. I was in spitting.
I was not arguing. I was not arguing.
It was almost dire again. I was sitting there thinking, for goodness sake, man.
But I'm not gonna lie. Bruno's slowly getting a reputation though.
Yeah,
because he does that. He does that a lot, where he tries to win the ref, and so sooner or later people are gonna start looking at Bruno like, bro, you're a bit dirty still. But
but he is.
I'm not complaining.
I love it.
Like the one when they thought it was Son that fouled him earlier, like somewhere like by the side of the pitch, and it was like he kicked his own leg. It was one of those ones. He was rolling him down. I said, "Oh, we've got one. We've got another one on our hands here." Happened. I thought, what idiot went for the challenge there? And then I realized he didn't even touch him. I thought, what?
You didn't even touch him. Then he
ran past.
But you know what's mad, is that I was not confident in VAR overturning it, because VAR, we'll get onto it, has had an absolute stinker since we've resumed. So I wasn't even confident.
Massive VAR's got COVID, you know. It's mad.
Honestly, something's wrong. Something's wrong there.
Because yesterday, like, when was it Adrian that tweeted that the ball was touching the net? I was
God. What a mess! What a mess! And then for Oliver to then just walk, say, "Look, it didn't buzz, bro. Did you not see the ball in the net?
The thing buzzed at half time. The thing buzzed at half time.
That's cock and
bull.
At half time when he got in the locker room, the changing rooms.
What they told him?
No, the thing is what the goal's gone in. It didn't buzz then. They got into the changing rooms. The thing buzzed. Goal has been scored today, bro. Bro, this is officially, bro. This is the statement. The thing went off in the changing room at half time. A goal has been scored today.
Madness. It's a Western super, and I hate VAR in the Premier League because it makes up its own rules. Like, you could literally, Robin, I can't hear you, Robin.
I can't hear you, cuz.
I was saying VAR could turn things over because the Hawkeye, the technology that for it. No, that's what I'm saying. VAR should have done something at that point.
Yeah. I agree, man. Like, literally, like, they should have turned it over. But, oh, no, we don't touch that situation. We only touch free. Get out of here. Overturning red cards is one of their things, but not seeing a ball go in the net is not one of their things. It's scandalous what's going on there, man. But, yeah, that's a quick touch on the Villa game, because other than that, I don't know what else happened.
Absolutely. I genuinely fell asleep, you know. I woke up. I remember I saw Musa came on. I dozed off. By the time I woke up, Xhaka was on the floor on a flipping stretcher. Rubbish game, bro.
Xhaka was on the floor. Speaking of Granit Xhaka, David, what on
Shall we talk about Arsenal?
What on earth? What on earth? I don't know what to say. I have to be careful with what I say, because like this is public.
If you speak.
If I speak, you know what I'm saying? This is public. You know what I'm saying? Like I was so hot. You know what it is, yeah? Do you know what angered me even more? I'll be honest with you. Oscar doesn't know this, but I was more angry at him because week in, week out, season after season, when he was a Chelsea player, this Muppet was defending him. And I remember chronic errors like we saw on Wednesday where he's defending the guy. I will never forget. Do you know what memory comes back to mind? Old, what's it called? Stamford Bridge, right? Chelsea versus Manchester United, the 2-2, where he's on the halfway line and walks off the pitch. So he's with the fans. Attempting, I can't remember who's trying to close down, whether it was Matt or whoever. And I sat there. I remember how angry I was that a player can be paid millions a year to do that. He's on 200 grand at Arsenal a week, and this is what we're getting from him. This is what we're getting from him. Do you understand what I'm saying?
200 bags.
Bro, the guy has conceded 4 penalties this season. You know,
Listen.
like when we talk about his mistakes, yeah. It's always like once in a blue, but it's David Luiz, in it. When they happen, they're frigging chronic, right? But
he's considered 4 penalties this season.
This season, he's done that.
Arsenal have only had 3 penalties in the league, and he's conceded 4.
Well, there you go.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Oscar is Luiz's lawyer. Like,
I don't understand it.
Guys.
No.
What's annoying?
I'm not gonna let you argue today.
What's annoying is
I've been in the same couch Peter sitting in now, and we've both argued that David Luiz is not levels. And
utter trash.
And you have backed this guy, and your argument was he's better than Koscielny. And I was like, that's not a good argument.
No, that's just one of the arguments. That's just one of the arguments. That wasn't my only argument. When I backed David Luiz, he was a Chelsea player. I'm no longer his representative. Okay, his form at Arsenal has been worse than it was at Chelsea. So you can't ask me to defend this garbage.
You say that, bro. What we've got from David Luiz now is copy paste. It's not anything worse. This was the shower he was. He used to be next to Terry. He used to be next to Terry. That was his saving grace.
The difference was your team was better.
He won a league without Terry.
Yeah, and the team that he won with is better.
Crap.
It's funny because Arsenal were actually good. No, I'm saying Arsenal were actually good in the first 20 minutes. Like the first 20 minutes, you guys were actually good.
I was looking at Willard, I was looking at Nketiah thinking, Arsenal are not bad. They're not garbage. And then City woke up, started pressing, and I thought if they can get through the first 45 with not conceding, we'll see what happens in the second half. But flipping heck.
No chance. When you say get through, no chance.
Hey,
honestly, it angers me. Remember I told you, man, Arteta was trash. Hey,
Mr. Fisher, yeah? Hey, Mr. Fisher, yeah?
I can't say Arteta.
Yesterday was all David Luiz, bro. I'm not going to lie, bro.
Fact.
I'm sorry.
The fact that he was...
That's why he was on the bench. You know, he didn't play him. He was on the bench, bro. Then Murray got injured. He come on. David Luiz.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, this conversation has actually got me thinking. There's so many talking points to yesterday because we have 9 subs now on the bench or whatever it is. Yeah, Ozil was in Hampstead. Ozil.
Oh my God!
I said, what?
The scandals that are going on is just not right, man. It's not right.
Before we get to Ozil, I want to
talk about like Ozil be on Fortnite while my team Arsenal getting smoked. You do.
And then you see his tweet. He was like this. He was like, regardless.
When he did the badge, I thought inject it because he's taking it. Bro, we're paying him $350, bruv. What is going on here, bruv?
Listen, guys, have you ever seen £350,000? Have you seen it? It's a lot. It's a lot,
What's going on, bruv? I don't understand.
Ozil is the biggest bad man in North London. No one can touch him.
This is mad.
Honestly, Skepta, JME,
my man's at home.
all of that.
350 and he's at home chilling.
Listen, he said I'm gonna play FIFA 2021. Man's got the plug.
I'm not finished with Luiz yet.
We need to go back to it because he gave the best interview ever.
Hang on, before I even get there, I'm still in the game. I'm still in the game where he attempts to bring the ball down on a wet condition with his thigh. His thigh. He's a centre half. He's a centre half. And he's not thinking about clearing it. He's not thinking about Rosette. He's not thinking about headering it. None of those things came to his mind.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to his mind with Raheem Sterling coming down. Have you seen a black kid run at you coming down your neck? You ain't got time to think about it. You ain't got time to think about it. You get rid.
Oh, that is a statement. That is a statement.
What I mean is like a little trick. You know what I'm saying? For flip's sake, gosh. You can't just literally like.
I don't know what to say to that.
I don't know what David Luiz this is. But the number one thing I take from him as a whole, his whole entire career, if there's one thing I take from him, he's not a serious guy, bruv. And he's never been serious for a job that is so evidently serious that you must take. He does not do anything serious. He's such a clumsy clown. The penalty, you know what I'm saying? Like we're talking, Liverpool, Watford, Chelsea, now Man City into that mix. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic.
Listen, a man was going back and forth with me on Twitter saying that he's like Maguire's just as good as Luiz. I said, don't take the piss out of my guy. Because you see Maguire, Maguire's not levels, but he's better than Luiz.
He is.
Let's keep it a buck here. David Luiz is the worst centre-half in the Premier League. Shall I tell you why? Because no other centre-half in the Premier League makes chronic errors like this. Make shambolic errors like this. I'll tell you what, if he goes in Norwich's back four, does he make Norwich's back four better? No, he does not.
No, he doesn't.
If he goes into Villa,
no, he doesn't.
Imagine him at Villa, how hilarious that would be, right? Look at him at Bournemouth. You look at
Tyrone Mings will break his leg.
Honestly, so if you're a centre half who plays for Arsenal and you won't improve any other defence in the league, what the heck are you doing there? Chelsea have given us Gallas, they've given us frigging Peck, and they've given us frigging David Luiz. What did we give them? Ashley Cole. Unbelievable.
Olivier Giroud as well.
Giroud can do one. He got on my nerves for years. You know me from day one, bro. I've been a Giroud hater from the first game of the season when he played to replace Robin van Persie, and I said, no, he's not it. He's not it. We had a 0-0 draw against Sunderland. That's when I said, no, he's not good enough. He's a shower of crap. He's an absolute utter shambles. I don't want to hear nothing about Olivier Giroud. David Luiz, for flip's sake. How are you worse than Mustafi? You're worse than Mustafi? You're worse than Socrates? Like, what are we talking about here? And the thing is, what angers me so much is because I've been on this podcast, bruv, rinsing man when he was at the football club, as if he was one of my own.
Yep.
And then we actually bought the retard. I can't believe this. I can't believe it.
God.
The game against Manchester United at Stamford Bridge, I will never forgive him for that. And I don't support Chelsea, but I never forgave him for that. When I saw that, no one will make a joke about a player, like you take the mick out of a guy and rare. But then they do things that we actually banter about. Like he's doing them things. He's actually doing them things. He then comes out after the game. He's been sent off. You know, like you never see a guy sent off come and do a post match. He should have been on the plane already going back.
Apparently,
he comes back.
Apparently, he was intentional about doing it. He said he was.
Yeah, he said I thought he was forced out because how?
No, he definitely wasn't.
How could you?
No, he definitely wasn't.
Like
when you've been sent off, I don't think you're allowed to be anywhere near. Like you're not allowed anywhere around. I think it was going to be a Aubameyang coming out, and my man was just like, "Nah, bun this. Let me take this L." Yeah. So fair enough. You're going to come front up and take this L. But what are you talking about? A decision you could have made ages ago. You know the one where it's like, oh, you've told the teacher. I'm going to tell the teacher, oh, look what he did, and the teacher says, well, what did he do? He goes, actually, no, don't worry about it. Like. It's cool. It's like you've already opened your mouth. Like, so tell us what the heck's going on. If you're gonna come out and start making noise about being all cryptic and that, bun that, bruv. Tell me why you're an Arsenal player right at this moment. And if it is a travesty, like if it's farcical that one group of people don't want you there and another group of people want you there, what the heck's going on? And then I read today that what's it called from his agent from Chia saying that what's it called? Bare things are going to be addressed at Arsenal this week, including the structure. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't fathom. We've been off football for 3 months. For 3 months, it's not like we've been in the season like knee deep. You've had time to sort your stuff out, get your crap together. I mean, who pays 8 million for 1 year anyway? Like, I'm not saying you should do 2 years, but who pays 8 million quid for 1 year on 200 grand a week? Name the club.
Arsenal.
Unbelievable. And the saddest thing is, he's got a 2-match ban. He will be playing in 4 games' time. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I thought the expire, doesn't he not have an extension? Because I thought June 30th is when his thing expires and they've not extended it beyond that.
That's the thing, innit? We're going to find out, I guess. On Sam Fisher's point, Arteta's first 11 was dreadful. I don't know why. It's almost like when I'm seeing people like Nketiah, I'm seeing Joe Willock, I'm seeing Saka playing on the right wing. Like, have you come to this game because you're pissed off with some other senior players? Or, like...
That's what I thought. Yep, that's what I thought.
You can tell, bro, the starting 11 smells of something going on. Reek of it. Do you get what I'm saying? Arteta's not a muck. So he's going to turn up and just say, look, boom. You don't want to... Like, to afford to leave Mesut Ozil in London...
I was just going to say, you left Mesut at home at the Etihad.
That's wonderful.
That's volume.
I couldn't understand it. You know, it's just
clear. I think it's clear that he's making a statement. It's clear that he's making a statement. And whilst in that particular game, it looks diabolical. I feel long term, he's showing himself like he's not one to be mucked about with, and he's basically saying, "Is either you're down for the cause, or if you're not, I'm going to bring in people who are down for the cause." And it's clear, you know. Let's talk about Mesut Ozil. He wasn't even in the squad. He's on 350 pounds a week. Now, what that tells me is that clearly Mesut Ozil is showing the right attitude. And Arteta's told him, you know what? If you're not giving me 100%, I don't want nothing from you. Let's call a spade a spade. Nicolas Pepe, this is the 3rd manager since the 72 million pound move that has advanced him. Emery, Lundberg, Arteta. So for me, what that's saying is that there's something wrong with him. There's something that is clearly not doing. But ultimately, I think Arteta made a statement with his lineup, and he essentially said, the only way you're going to play for Arsenal is if you're down for the cause. If you're not down for the cause, there's the door. See you on the way out.
David, bro, what do you have to say?
Aubameyang, don't leave me.
Aubameyang was looking at these kids like, give me the ball for goodness sake. Everyone, there's so many times when people like Guendouzi and then Mandel have the ball and I'm not passing to him. He's there trying to make the run. He's about to rinse Kyle Walker and they're not giving him the ball.
It's long, bro.
I'm fed up. I'm fed up with this, man. Honestly, I'm absolutely fed up with it. Let's go to the comments.
Do we have any more on Arsenal? Because we've got some Man United comments coming in. Man United till I die says Dan James was so poor because he's used as a quick counter-attacking winger, but when playing against a part-the-bus Mourinho Tottenham, James has nowhere to sprint and Aaron Wan-Bissaka can't cross.
Hey, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's crossing, or his final third even. Bloody hell, man. That was hard to watch.
Yeah, terrible.
It needs to be a winger.
Apparently.
For you guys that are saying that Dan James should be out, do you think it's just a matter of him, or is he not good enough?
He's not good enough.
The thing is, tell Man United till I die to watch the 3 chances that he should have given to Bruno against City. That answers this question. I'm not gonna answer a question about Daniel James until people actually watch what this guy's doing. He is garbage, bruv. No, he's trash. No, he's trash. No, because
he said, think about when United faced City and Liverpool. James was brilliant because he had space to run in.
Yeah,
is that the game that you're?
Yeah, it's a valid point.
Yeah. And what did he do with the space? Nothing.
No, he assisted Rashford. No, I think that's a valid point in the sense that Daniel James is a poor footballer.
Absolutely, Adrian. I'm not trying to hear space if you're not running into, if you're not doing anything with the space. I'm not hearing it. What's the point? What is the point of running into space?
I think you're harsh on James, man. I think he's done well this season.
He's not up to standard. It's not his
every time
I hear what Edis is saying.
Every time I get onto someone, Peter says I'm harsh. Then he watches it 2 months later, and he's like, "All right, that's not grounded."
No, it's true. Like, obviously, you've watched more football of him, innit? Yeah, so don't get me wrong. It's not like I sit there and I bathe through Daniel James, but like when you look at his first season, 15 million quid. He's come from the Championship. How many goals and assists has he got this year? I think he's got like,
bruv, he's like our top assist man.
Well, there you go. Huh?
That's what you mean. There we go. Oh, don't do this, Pete.
Peter.
If he's your top, isn't he doing his job? You have to look at elsewhere.
Nah.
Hold on. Are we doing?
I'm sick of that.
Hold on. I don't. Is he in the top?
How many goals has he got this season?
I don't know. I know for a long time.
Watch him play.
I agree on the play.
I know for a long time he had like 6 assists because remember Pogba's been out all season.
Basically,
yeah.
Pogba's been out all season. So like that, and the thing is, half of those assists were like Norwich, Sheffield United. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, so he's got 6, and then
Liverpool,
the other 2
is Liverpool
have been injured.
Exactly.
The other 2 have been injured. After been injured, and Bruno Fernandes is 3rd.
And Bruno Fernandes has came in January.
He's played like 5 games.
Like guys, let's not do this. Daniel James is garbage, bro. He needs to go on loan. If he doesn't go on loan, he needs to leave because he's not good enough. He's not. No, like I've watched games where, like, even in Europa League, I'm like, bro, there's grass. Run into it. Look up. This guy looks at the ball and the grass. He doesn't look at red shirts. Nah, man, he's not good enough. No way, bro.
Man United till I die also said that's why United needs Sanchez and they need to play Greenwood against teams that part of the bus. I guess he's talking about the lack of creativity against a team that sits deep like Tottenham did today. But that was sort of solved when Pogba came on, right?
Exactly. That's not a winger issue. That's a midfield issue.
I still think that you might need another winger, though.
No. Of course. Like we need a lot of things. Like if I could replace Maguire, I would. But at this moment in time, the priorities are defensive midfield and right wing. We haven't had a right winger since Luiz Nani. Come on, guys. Wow. Like, this is what I'm saying. So, for me, if Dan James is the replacement because man's fast and he's Welsh and Ryan Giggs recommended him, get him out of here, bruv. Get him out. Get him out.
That goes back to the original point. Man United is the problem. Because how the hell did they think it was acceptable for Daniel James to be a starting winger?
I guarantee you, Adrian, they watched the one game Swansea played against City in the Cup and said, yes. That's it, bro. We don't scout properly, man.
Yeah, you don't.
Scout properly.
And that's why, like, because like the kid, like, he's clearly not good enough. But then at the same time, it's like, you know, what did the United higher up expect from him? His numbers in the Championship were mediocre.
Adrian,
so he's not going to come and set the world alight now.
Adrian, I guarantee you, our premise for keeping McTominay in the team is because Ferguson said to Jose in the memorial funeral, whatever, that you should start McTominay. I guarantee you that's what they're going to say.
This funeral, Man United.
It's what I don't understand. Man's Scottish, and so because he's Scottish, he reminds you of Darren Fletcher, who's also Scottish. This is what I'm saying. Like, sign players who are actually competent at what they do. Guys, tell me one thing Daniel James did good tonight. Tell me. I would like to know.
He didn't do good
tonight. Anything,
niche. Absolute niche.
And if you clocked, there was like a spell in the game, a 15-20 minute spell in the game where Bruno and Rashford were linking up and he said, we're not passing the ball to you. We're not going to pass the ball to you because he's not going to do anything with it. Nah, man. Get him out. Get him out, bruv.
Well, are you guys still confident about making the top 4 then this season?
We can still do it, but it's going to be hard now. We should have won that game, honestly. And looking at the last 30 minutes, if we actually had that team at the start, we could have definitely have won that. And it's annoying. But that's the hardest team out of the way.
Yeah.
It's the hardest team out of the way. It's now the rest of it. It's annoying because now we have to play catch up with Chelsea, especially if they win on Sunday. But now it's like you can't lose. You cannot lose. That is it. As much as I'll take a point over anything, it's annoying because at the same time we've got Wolves behind us, we've got Sheffield behind us as well that haven't played, and they're also in the mix.
All the top 4 contenders have dropped points since we've resumed. So, you know, you got Arsenal losing, you got Sheffield United drawing, Spurs and Man United drawing. So, you know, Chelsea might be the ones that enjoy this the most.
For real.
Robin, wouldn't you say? I was just going to ask Robin a question, but wouldn't you say that when Pogba came on the field, that sort of gave you a taster of what to come, so to speak?
Yeah, it did. And I was like, okay, there's something there. But Ollie just needs to realize that in that 30 minutes, that's the team you put forward from the minute 0, not minute 60.
We've got another comment from. Sorry, we've got another comment from Man United Till I Die. He says, I think it's about James again. His football intelligence is poor and he doesn't play the right pass, but I'll let him off on this one because he hasn't played in ages. Neither has anyone. Within the next 5 games, if he performs the same,
Oscar, you said it.
No, I mean,
Oscar, you said it. You know, like everyone's been off for 3 months.
Everyone has been on holiday for 3 months.
And there was no holiday in this game.
Like, oh, bro, it's long, man. It's so long.
Well, you know what? He's United till he dies, and he's a Daniel James fan, so he's riding for his boy.
Great stuff. Great. Let him do his thing.
What do you think? What do you guys think on Spurs as a whole? Like, do you think Mourinho's now finally settled into Spurs, whereby we're getting a bit more of what his football is going to look like long term, or does he
want to get to the end of the season?
Yeah, agreed.
I think he just wants to get to
the end of the season. Greatest talent, has he?
I don't know. You know, that attacking quartet looks okay. So let's swap Lamella with Dele Alli, and let's get Harry Kane a bit fitter. And then you're looking at it, you're saying Son, Bergwijn, Ali, Kane. That's a good front 4, man.
And you haven't even mentioned Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas Moura again to complement them.
I will say this though. I think that Jose set up his team, and obviously we knew he was going to do this, but he set up his team against United. I don't think he does that against every team because I feel like Son was doing a lot more defensive work. Lamella was not great by any standard. He's just annoying. Like he
was just around. He always had.
He was amazing. I don't understand why he was getting so much plaudits, but I think that Adrian's right. If you can get like that front 4 at peak form, will cause anyone problems. Anyone.
We've got another question from Sam Fisher. He says, "Am I the only one who thinks Martial is very overrated? He's always sulking on the pitch. His body language shows lack of wanting the ball."
I think he likes playing on the left still.
Nah, I think
Rashford is much better on the left.
He wants ball to feet.
Yeah,
and the whole game he missed that. And when he did get those chances, he fluffed. Like tonight, there is no excuse. I don't think he's overrated. I understand when people say that he is, but he was just sulking today, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know what to do anymore.
I don't think he's one of them strikers where, like, not like Aguero. Aguero won't see the ball for 90, 89 minutes. Give him 1 minute with a chance, he's putting it in the net. I don't think Martial's that type of guy, bro.
Oh, it's clear though.
Yeah.
It's clear though. He's
My beef with Martial is simply this. It's been potential for 5 seasons now, and I'm getting frustrated with him. I'm getting fed up of him. I think he's a top talent. In terms of his quality, his raw quality, he's superb. In terms of making it big for Man United, like, is he the 9, cuz? Is he the Leng man? I don't.
You feel like he should be doing more off the ball?
Yes. Yes.
Go on. In what way? Go on.
As in, because
he hangs around the front a bit too much at times.
He does what?
He hangs around the front a bit too much at times, and he's.
But
and I'm saying.
Do you not find when strikers don't stay in their position?
No, but I'm asking you not to stay in that middle all the time. I'm saying come back a little bit, try and help the team build up the play. Because if you look at Man City, for example, their strikers help build up with the play.
Jesus is in midfield until he scores. Honestly, like I think the one thing that I think a lot of teams get right that United don't is like simple 1-2s. That's one thing I've seen like Bruno bring a lot. Like he'll do a give and go 2 or 3 times with each player. That's why he gives up on Daniel James, because it's like I've tried with you and it's not working. But I feel like Martial for me is one of those players that he would benefit from, like linking up with different, parts of the pitch, because what he does is he wants the ball. And number 2, his turns ain't great. Like Martial's not going to give you a run for your money unless you're weaker than him. But a strong centre back will always have him on smash. Number 3, I think he needs to win more fouls. I think the one thing Rashford does that's sick is that when Rashford spins you, you're fouling him. Yeah. And Martial, for me, he's always the recipient of a foul that is not really something the referee's going to give. That's and it doesn't really do much for the team. But I think his talent is like Peter's saying, it speaks more than what he actually executes, and that's his problem.
That's why I'd rather him on the left than down the middle. Rashford can flip around,
but he's not better than Rashford on the left. That's the problem.
I think they'll highlight it even more.
But Man United Till I Die says, Man United Till I Die says, Martial is star of the service. He's brilliant when he's given the chance. He almost scored near the end of the game. That's why Pogba should have started. Anthony would have thrived with Pogba and Bruno on the pitch.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do you think, but I was just going to say, do you think our perception of Martial needs to change, and we sort of have to sort of class him as a Berbatov, as a striker that he's not going to give you link-up play, he's not going to give you hard-up play, or what he is a fox in the box, and if you give him a chance, he'll finish. Because for me, the reason why I've sort of cooled down in my scathing attacks on Martial is because I've come to accept that's not his game. Like, just because he's quick doesn't necessarily mean he's going to use his pace anymore. So what I've sort of said is he's a finisher. Give him the ball to feet and he'll make something happen. That's where I am with it there.
But his link-up play is good in a counter. It's just not good in the build-up. That's the problem. Like when we're running at teams, I've seen Martial link up with like Lukaku, Lingard, Pogba, and he's been sick. Like that Jose's second season, like Martial's link-up was sick, but I don't know why. He plays off of when he wants to, and that's the Berbatov-esque in him, and I think that's the problem. That's the problem, man.
He just needs them through balls. You see that pass that Bruno gave? I don't know who it was.
That pass
was filthy.
Was it Martial?
And it was at Martial, and then Pogba's pass to Rashford. My gosh.
It was like, did he even mean it? It was unbelievable. It was so good.
I'm not gonna lie, Bruno's cold,
Bruno is cold.
Yeah, Bruno's cold.
Hey, too cold. He had 31 goals last season for Sporting. I mean,
hey, Oscar, what's my man's name?
Well, we got 2 more comments on Arsenal. First, we'll go to Boss Like Endo. People have been dissing Arsenal all season, but if they win tomorrow, they go above Spurs and only 3 points behind the overrated Manchester United. What do you guys think about
that? Leave me alone, guys.
You see 5th place to like 9th. It's a shower of crap in the table. And I want to put Chelsea in there, but Chelsea are doing what they need to do to be in the top 4, right? But I even want to throw them in there. I mean, when they looked at Spurs' last 6 games, Mourinho just had draws and defeats. You're sitting there like, blood. How are we behind these guys? You know what I'm saying? And then again, Sheffield United guys, they came up this year.
Facts.
Yeah, this season, and they're in the mix. What are you in the mix for? You know what I'm saying? Wolves are looking nippy. Yeah, we've kept quiet on them. Well, let's see them get 3 points in the next, in their next game, and all of a sudden they're in the conversation. And I've got Leicester, I've got David Brent, Leicester in 3rd place. So is Man United overrated? Possibly, but so too is Arsenal, and so too is Spurs in that conversation, because all 3 of them are an utter shower and should be ashamed of themselves.
But I think what he's saying is, like, Arsenal are so shambolic, and we rant about how terrible we think Arsenal are, and they just got beaten by Manchester City. But they're not far from the pack.
Bro, just leave it, man. Stop trying to sell man hope, bro. Leave it alone, man.
Do you know what it is? You know what it is? Boss like Endo, yeah, bruv. When we go and play Liverpool, we've got Wolves, we've got Leicester, we've got Spurs. Fam.
Bruv, we haven't been a team in the top 6 away from home since 2015. My G,
25 games ago.
No, guys, we are in 2020.
4 managers ago.
Bro, since 2018, we've lost to Man City 3-0 4 times.
That's mad.
4 times.
Like, nah, man. There's levels.
We got another comment from Sam Fisher, who says, all jokes aside, so he's being deadly serious here, a 48-year-old Rivaldo would do bits for Arsenal right now. Fact.
What are you talking about? What are you
Sam
on?
Fisher.
Hey, you need to relax.
Right,
you don't believe that. You don't even believe that.
Well, he tried it.
No, not Sam. I'm saying Oscar. Oscar doesn't believe it. He said facts. Oscar's like, facts. Bro, it's not facts. Like, what? 48?
Rivaldo or Willock?
What, Zimmer?
A man said Rivaldo or Willock.
You know what? It's not as effective as you think, you know?
I'm just saying.
He's what?
Like Peter, what does Willock do for you?
Whoa. Are we actually comparing Willock with Rivaldo?
No, I'm just asking a genuine question.
I'm just fantasizing about where Rivaldo would play, probably in the hole, in the cam role. Maybe you take Willock out of the midfield, you put him in there.
With his Zimmer frame, yeah? Flip it out, man.
I lie, bro.
He said all jokes aside.
It's high blood pressure tablets.
And the funny thing is, he's saying all jokes aside, to the side, yeah? And then we're talking about a 48 Rivaldo. You're freaking joking me. You gotta be kidding. Adrian, to your question, yeah? Like, okay, he's a young kid. He's only like 20, I think he is, 19, 20. Still developing himself. I don't think he even knows what kind of a midfielder he is in terms of this Arsenal side. But he's a young. The great thing about the Man City game was that the likes of Nketiah, Willock, these lot were running their socks off. Like, they were absolutely, the energy was there. And we know full well if we had Pepe in there, if we had Ozil in there, there's a lot of walking going on, and there's a lot of, one-touch pass with Man City. So, but Willock is still finding himself. I can't quite give the answer. I don't think he's ready I don't think he's anywhere near ready in terms of for the starting 11 for Arsenal. Yeah. But I think he's finding his way. I don't know yet though.
Okay. Man United says, Zlatan was sick for United in 2017-18 and he was in his 40s. So apparently 40-year-old strikers are a thing.
But he wasn't 40 though.
It's a joke.
He was down there, wasn't like 34.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Yeah, but no, guys. 36 and 40 are 2 different ages.
And are you seeing Rivaldo today versus Zlatan today? Zlatan looks like he doesn't look old. Zlatan looks like he's ready to go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Guys, don't look old.
Guys, I found out last week. Roger Miller went to the World Cup when he was 42, bro.
Huh? Did he do anything?
42.
Giving it Samba.
He was doing his little.
I want to go back to the City game real quick.
Okay.
No, I want to talk about Manchester City.
Fair enough.
The clothesline from hell from Edison.
Oh my god!
Yo.
Fam? Like I thought he died.
Bruv, what's wrong with him, man?
He's excited, man. He's A1 100%, isn't he? He's just on. He's my guy's come out to the halfway line just to knock his guy out. It's mad.
He was out cold. Like I've never seen someone shake on a pitch.
Yeah, no, I thought he died. I literally thought he was dead. I was like, this guy's out. He can't survive this.
Ederson is reckless, man. He needs to.
It was Mendy's reaction.
Well, yeah, Mendy's reaction, yeah.
The game was done, but why do you have to take your man out, bruv? Alive?
I just think about it. It's like you see him coming. Like, you see both players coming. So as a keeper, you at least let your defender do his thing. But no, he ran, saw his defender coming from far.
Yeah. That's what's funny. It's your own team. Like, it's not even like I'm trying to challenge the guy. Like, just shout. Say it's mine. Give the kid a warning. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him a warning. Poor kid, man.
It's not everyday sweeper keeper, bruv. Relax.
Guys, I'm losing respect for Bosslick Endo by the minute, yeah? He said Arsenal can beat Spurs and Wolves. The only team that I see them losing to is Liverpool. Let's not forget, they finished above United 5 of the last 6 seasons. And I'm a Liverpool fan.
Hey, listen, win the titles or win whenever your league, man. Leave Arsenal alone, bruv.
Do you know what? He's making a point, though.
He's backing you up.
He's got a point.
No. Go and win the title. Leave Arsenal alone, bruv. Bruv.
David,
cannot be Spurs and Wolves. David.
What? Have you seen that differently? What's wrong with you, man?
Man. Do you know what, yeah? As much as I want to believe Endo, yeah? But as David just said there, what centre-halves are we playing against Brighton? By the way, yeah?
You lost 3 of them.
And you know, who's the club that's always going to give you a record or give you something, right? Sterling hadn't scored in 2020. What do you think we were? Luiz's assist was what you call on a plate, right? Literally, right? And then I think Brighton haven't won a game in 2020. Oh, I'll tell you what, it would not surprise me if Brighton beat us tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me. Because
I'm not gonna lie, we had this discussion in the other pod. What would you say about Brighton?
I know, but then I watched Wednesday night, Okay. Ernest, bruv, you have to understand. You see, like your frustrations with Man United.
Hold on. I have to understand. I told you that you haven't been Brighton in how long? What?
You got to understand, because like if I was drawing games the way Man United drew today, right, or if we drop points the way United did, you know what? I'm annoyed for 15 minutes, but I get over it. Arsenal's defending gives everyone nightmares. Everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, like I said, David Luiz is the worst centre half in the league. He doesn't improve any defense in the Premier League. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to repent.
Everyone needs to chill still. Hey.
Oh no, son.
Hey,
no,
fam, relax, bro.
Not nice, Endo. Not nice.
We don't attack people. We don't attack people on this podcast. We don't attack people on this podcast.
My hairline still. That's why I'm laughing in it.
Jesus is Lord.
We don't attack people on the podcast.
The only people we cuss is the players and the refs.
The players and the rest of the team.
Mate.
Oh, jeez. We got to Liverpool, man. Let them win their league, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Arsenal fans alone, bro.
We're hurt, bro. We're all hurt.
Yeah, let's cut the football. Leave the personals.
But Peter, I need to repent, man.
Well, go on, talk to me, Adrian.
So obviously, when I die and I'm before God, you have to give an account for your life of what you've done. there was a day on this podcast. I said David Luiz would be a decent signing. I might have even said good. I think I even used the word good for Arsenal.
Oh.
And I have to hold my hands up and I have to formally apologize. I thought to myself, you know what? Experienced guy, Brazil international, and you know when you think about his
accolades,
and you think about the pedigree of this guy. Then I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, he can break lines defensively, like he's a good football player. But this guy is, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anything like him. He's an enigma. He's almost like he's a more cultured Titus Bramble. He's a Titus Bramble that can play football. There's no real difference.
Yes.
There's no real difference.
Listen, bro, there's room for error on this pod, yeah? So we'll forgive those.
So sorry.
But what's it called? Like it's one of them ones, man. It's like he's stealing a living. He stole an utter living his whole career.
No. You see David Luiz, yeah? He has moments of brilliance. Well, he did in a blue shirt anyway, yeah. But he is bad. He's actually bad. Like, honestly, if United had him as a backup centre back, I think I'll fully start watching golf. Like, it's not even long, bro. He's dead. He's he's bad. Because I remember games like, I remember when Chelsea played Fulham in one of the, I was into like 2013, 14. I was like, this Luiz guys, he's a bit of a baller still. He can play.
He's not bad.
He could play. That was it.
Went to PSG, and he wasn't the worst. But then he met Suarez in Barcelona, and then he wrapped him up. Do you see what I'm saying? But then he got progressively worse when he came back to England. Like his worst in England has been the last like 4 years. He's been bad. Trust me, bruv.
Someone's like, you look at the money, look at the fee that teams are getting for this player. We've seen him go for
how much is he on a week?
He's on £200,000.
He's on what?
200 of
hey,
oh my god!
I have money to blow.
Honestly, somebody literally was on the pod last week or last time round asking where's all our money gone. Rude boy, what we're spending.
Man United till I die says, I long for the days when the top four is Liverpool, Chelsea, United, and Arsenal. That's why we titled this podcast the top four. 9th place, damn, I really feel sorry for you Arsenal fans. But it goes back to what Peter's saying. The spending has been higgy.
Like, we are Liverpool 2010. Like, do you remember Liverpool in 2010? Like the Hodgson era, the frigging Paul Kanchelskis, the Voronin. Who do you have in midfield? Yeah, some
Holly Adam. Jay Spearing, Martin Kelly.
You said Jay Spearing.
I thought Tex Leprechaun. Looking like Hornswoggle in the middle of the pitch. Yeah, man.
We're gonna look back at an Arsenal era where it was like, do you remember, bruv, El Neni, cuz? Do you remember? Do you know what I'm saying? And I've been living through this with the Shamaks and the Parks.
Squillaci was in our club, bro. Why? Squillaci. Come on, man. Allow me, man. Oh.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is Guendouzi good?
You know what it is? He's a mouse in your kitchen. He runs everywhere, and that's it.
He's good.
With proper coaching, there's a decent player in there. Apart Ki-sung.
Listen.
He lacks discipline, man. He lacks discipline.
If I go 25 years ago and I go grab a Kellogg's cornflakes, there's a toy in there. But it's not every day you get the toy, bro. Listen. Honestly. Listen.
Oh my god.
Listen. He's not that guy.
Honestly, our midfielders are trash.
Boss Lick Endo says, "Can we
You need to stop saying Boss Lick. It's Boss Like. You need to stop saying Boss Lick. He said it like
my brother. I'm sorry. I
know where to say it. What's that? Boss
like
Lick?
that.
What kind
Boss
of
like?
Man's seen a wide
Endo. That's it.
That's mad.
Yeah, Endo. It's just Endo. Can we dissect that fridge on wheels Harry Maguire's performance? I got taken for an idiot.
I swear, yeah. You know what? I swear, when Bergwijn was breaking, I thought both the Achilles went. I thought that's it. His tendons are gone because what's going on there?
No, guys, can we discuss Roy Keane's reaction to Luke Shaw? Because that finished me. A man said he's sending the ball forward and then he runs.
No accountability. He doesn't care how the defensive line is looking.
No, guys,
he's in it for himself.
I didn't deep how dumb it was until he said it. He said,
"Fam,
you're hitting the ball forward and then you're sprinting towards the ball."
What's magic? I was watching that goal over and over and thinking, there's 85 million quid, there's 50 million quid on the right back, there's another 40 million quid who's the centre half, and then there's Luke Shaw. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like what we spent horribly and awfully, but my God,
I was surprised Williams didn't start because we've been playing Williams in the last few games, and he's been
Robin. I was thinking about that as well.
He has to be the left back next season. He has to have the number 3. It's not even a question. He must wear the number 3 next season because what are you doing with Luke Shaw? Like the guy is still big. You know, like 3 months with no football, man can just go hide out. You know what I'm saying? Carnivore diet, frigging keto, paleo, whatever you want to call it.
No, did you man see when Jose was saying bye to everyone? He high fived Luke Shaw. No, he does the little cheek thing.
Yeah.
And then he slapped man on his belly. I was finished, bruv.
Yeah, bruv.
What today? Did you do that today?
Bruv, watch the video.
Oh my God,
hilarious.
Man United to our dad says Harry made an awful mistake, so bad it reminded me of Phil Bloody Jones. But to be fair, his performance in the air was very good.
Yeah, after the mistake, I don't think he made another mistake.
What he desperately needs Bailly as a centre half pairing because honestly, like I don't think he's the leader of the back of a back line in my opinion, not necessarily like but I mean you spent so much money on this guy, bruv, and like when you spend a certain fee, I should expect no mistakes. There should be none. There should not be in a sense of like
you can't.
As in what's it called? Like where he was standing for a start. Because where he was positionally is what kind of cost him in the end. And it was almost like, he was standing on his heels as opposed to like, being ready for some sort of counter. But the Spinaroonie was just ridiculous, man.
Can I be controversial? I actually think Harry Maguire's had a very, very good season.
I agree.
Yeah, he's had a decent season.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think he's made a bad mistake, but he made it immense in the game, and throughout the course of the season, he's been very, very well. I think I counted the game away at the Etihad where he was imperious. I think apparently United have got the 3rd best defense in Europe. So I actually think, fee aside, because you probably overpaid about 40 million quid. I think he's been fine, and I think he has been a leader. If I'm being honest,
I agree, Adrian. I agree. The thing is, our best stint had the 3-4-3 formation. Everything you saw against City and the previous games where Bruno was playing, we played 3-4-3. Today, Ollie did things today that I was just like, what food did you eat before you managed this game? Because the form that we've been on had a certain dynamic. Like if you're not playing Pogba, we've managed to play without Pogba for the last 3-4 months. So what was working then? I don't know why he changed it to a 4-2-3-1 today. It just didn't make sense. And for me,
Rashford is back, isn't it?
Rashford is back. Yeah, but even if Rashford is back, you can still play everyone minus Daniel James.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can because
Rashford takes out James, isn't it?
Exactly, because you have to remember when we beat Spurs 2-1. Rashford was playing. Rashford scored that banger.
He did.
Do you know what I'm saying? The first time we beat City in the Etihad, Rashford was playing. So Ollie was, I don't know, bro. Man had some expired milk today, bro. Something was going on. Trust me, man.
Yeah, because Daniel James wasn't there.
He's going to dodge comments, yeah? Is that what we're doing now?
Oh no, I was waiting for the discussion to finish. Boss, like Endo said, Oscar, put some respect to my name, bro. I'll put respect on your name. I'll put respect. What's like? My G.
You're making the name sound mad, you know?
I was gonna say, I know we're waiting for Monday to do the rest of the stuff, but is David Luiz already not that guy?
No one can beat him this weekend. Not this season.
That's almost impossible to beat him.
Hall of Fame.
Is he? I swear he's in the Hall of Fame.
No, he's not.
He must have been.
Yeah, I'm sure he's in the Hall of Fame.
Remember.
I don't think he is. Yeah, he hasn't been.
So wait.
He hasn't been in.
So he dodged the Liverpool game. He dodged the Watford game.
Yeah.
He dodged the game at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Even back in all those seasons ago, and he dodged this year's Chelsea game. And now is when he's gonna get in.
Nah,
Flipping.
I'm not gonna lie.
Did he also cause the error for Olympiacos, I believe?
Say it again. Oh God, is it Olympiacos? How can I forget? Knockout competition. Aubameyang has scored a goal in the last minute. Scenes, absolute carnage at the stadium, and a ball gets whipped in, and what does he duck? A defender ducking a ball from a ball. Seriously,
but Pete, he's got to protect his hair, bro. Like you man are trying to.
I don't care about monkeys, bro. He needs to take his
oh my days! Oh my days!
Send him back, bro.
This comment was on time. Boss like Endo says, "Hey, Peter's my guy. I love it when he tries to keep it PG when he rants about football. No PG Peter over here, bro."
Fam, it's stressful, man.
That's a PG Pete, you know.
I'm nuts because if I do, like, I'll just look silly. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you lot saw Troops on Arsenal Fan TV. I went bro, he was spazzing. I was like, bro.
That's not an interesting question, Man United till I die.
Hey, don't piss me off. Man United till I die says, here's an interesting question. Who's worse, Phil Jones or David Luiz? Are you mad?
It's clear as day who's worse.
It is very clear.
Of course. I'm
interested in you lot. Go on.
Hold on. Phil Jones is one of the worst signings of all time. You've also
about Arsenal David Luiz.
No. Should I remind you of some Phil Jones performance?
No.
Should I remind you of when he pulled on the floor to try and get the ball off Giroud's leg?
Giroud, okay.
Come on, bro. Let's not do it.
Has he ever made a costly mistake, given away a penalty, got sent off in the same game, and cost you the game?
The thing is, he's not good enough. He's not good enough to last that long.
And cost you £24 million per season.
Bro,
and cost £24 million per season.
Who cost him £24 per season?
Like the way the agent fee was something ridiculous as well, like 12 million or whatever else on top.
No, guys, nothing is worse than the fact that Phil Jones has been a Man United player for 9 years. Guys, let's not do this. He came the same year that Henderson went to Liverpool. Come on, guys. Let's not do this.
So you're taking David Luiz over Phil Jones
every day of the week, even Sunday.
It's not even a question. It's terrible.
But like I said about Luiz, yeah. Listen, Phil Jones is not a great defender by any stretch of the imagination.
No, he's not great. He's trash.
However, sure. However,
David Luiz has won league titles.
But David Luiz makes absolute errors, though. He makes errors. Phil Jones ain't good, but David Luiz is a liability.
But David Luiz was better than Phil Jones's best years.
Yeah. Okay.
He was.
Yeah.
I'd love to see David Luiz car insurance. I'd love to see that. What they quote him for that?
He's a clown.
Oh, Lovren.
A man like Endo said, Lovren or Luiz.
I'm going Lovren.
Yeah,
Easy.
Based off what?
Easy. The guy does not make stupid mistakes like Luiz. Luiz is stupid.
You have to look at a man's career, though. You have to look at a man's career.
David Luiz is a moron. He's an absolute tool.
No, now he's a moron. No, now
he always has been. He always has been. I've been calling it from day one, bro. I've been calling him this from day one.
No, but do you remember Lovren, though?
Like I said, Lovren makes
Lovren.
You're laughing because you know,
bro.
Remember what Gary Neville said about Lovren? When you put him in, you start 1-0 down.
He was overstepping the mark.
Luiz literally gets sent off, though. He literally comes on and comes off.
David Luiz has won titles
because of John Terry.
Man United said they're pretty much similar. Jones gives away a goal and then gets injured. David Luiz gives away a goal and gets sent off.
Right.
It's amazing. He played the least amount of minutes on Wednesday night, I swear. And Mandem came on after him.
Legacy.
Mandem came on after
Legacy.
him.
I like what Salim
legacy. You know what I'm saying?
20 minutes of carnage.
There has to be 2.
There's another comment from Salim Issa. Have I pronounced that one right? Yeah. He says there has to be 2. You're not that guys on the pod this week. One for David Luiz and one for the officials of the Sheffield United game. And
I'll tell you what, got on. Who was the? Was it Mike Oliver?
Well, in fairness, Mike, it's not really his fault.
You can't blame the ref for that. You can't blame
I'm blaming the ref for that. What are you talking about? I'm blaming him for it.
I'm blaming. No, you have to blame. You have to blame Hawkeye.
Robin, no, I'm not having this, bro. I don't care if his watch didn't go off. We saw the ball in the net.
But did he from his angle?
But did he from his peripherals? Did he see it?
He can't see it from where he was.
He can't see it from where he was.
Bro, the guy was literally bending in the corner of the goal. Like, come on. Let's not go like he didn't see it. Every man and his dog could see it. And then Chris Wilder, I felt sorry for Wilder. He said, what, 7 cameras all of a sudden couldn't see this angle?
What I'm saying. They deserve to be not that guy, especially if they are.
Probably should have given that goal. It was a clear goal.
No, but was it clear though?
It was clear. Come on. The keeper, friggin' Nyland was stuck in the net trying to get himself out. Even his face. Like, this was like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong here, yeah? The referee who refereed against Man United Spurs when Roy Carroll had that absolute howler from Pedro Mendes, should the referee have got that one?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
No, man.
Why are you saying no, David?
He can't. He's at the end of the pitch, bro.
3 yards in his goal.
No, but Peter, the context is that Michael Oliver has probably refereed, let's just say 300 games where the technology hasn't failed him. Why on this particular day should he expect any otherwise? So he looks at his watch. My watch hasn't gone off. Like any other goal, like every other non-goal, I want to play on. I can't blame him for that.
Yeah, but it's them.
I'm saying you can't blame the ref for that one.
Bro, like, at least if he gives the goal, then VAR can overturn it if it wasn't necessarily correct. But the fact that they didn't even get involved in the frigging thing, like, what?
That's the problem.
That's
what Man United till I die is saying. Why didn't VAR intervene in the Sheffield game? He says VAR out.
Because it's the Premier League are pathetic. That's why. Because when we want to have VAR, but based on our frigging rules. Oh yeah, we're gonna do mistaken identity, frigging red cards, and what garbage. But you can't tell me about a ball going in the back of the net. Oh, for flip's sake, man! Come on. Like, honestly, like, and then David says what the frigging Hawkeye watch went off at half time. Oh, for flip's sake, come on! What is this? Hey, what? Boss like Endo, bro. What's he saying, man?
David Luiz was at the heart of Chelsea's title.
Come on.
Hey, yeah, he had a good season.
No, he was.
That was Conte.
Wait, was this Conte?
Yeah.
I mean, he was the beneficiary of a good system, but he played his part.
He played his part.
He's not the heart, bro.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Do you remember the start of that season, yeah? Where Conte was trying to work out with the 4 at the back. And at Arsenal, he said, nah, bun this. I'm sick to that. David Luiz was in that pairing. And when Sanchez and Ozil were having friggin' milk and honey on that day. And then from there, he switched it. He switched it over. And he said, you know what, 3 at the back, and we're going to have friggin' Cahill and Terry put this guy on a friggin' leach. Because he's a friggin'
there. You don't know what you're talking about. It was Aspilicueta.
I don't give a damn. He still had 3 centre backs. He still had 3 of them.
Yeah, but
a friggin' leash for David Luiz. I don't care if it's Aspilicueta.
David Luiz has played in a 3 at Arsenal, no? And he's still been shocking. So
yeah, he's crap, bro. What are you talking about? I'm not defending the guy. I can prove my point. He's good.
Nah, but
he was the whole Chelsea's title win. What are we doing?
I disagree. But yeah, he played in a 3 that season with Cahill and Aspilicueta.
Yeah, and who was in front of him? Kante, bruv, mopping up his mess, bruv.
and Mattis as well.
Mopping up his mess, bruv.
You look at the protections for just that one joke at the centre half.
Keeping the clean, bro.
Guys, Conte is a genius. Victor Moses right wing back. Cesar Aspilicueta centre half. David Luiz centre half. Gary Cahill centre half. Marcus Alonso left back, and he won a league. 30 points, 30 wins.
They went 13 games without conceding a goal. Bro, it was mad.
Conte is a don.
Bro, he made Marcus Alonso win left back of the year.
Serviceable. Wow.
Unreal.
My gosh.
Guys, can I just give a little 1 minute on Paul Labille Pogba?
Oh, yes, you can.
Go on, please.
100%.
So, guys, I have absolutely missed him. Like, honestly, he is like, I've been very weary of calling him world class, yeah. Blood, he's cold.
He's superb.
He's so wavy. Like, no, that crossfield pass he made to Rashford was inch perfect. I said, no, this guy is mad. Like, I think over quarantine, I've just been watching a couple of highlights because I haven't watched football over quarantine. I tried the UEFA TV thing, yeah, but some of these old matches, you know, when you know the result, it's a bit like, yeah. So man watched like some of the World Cup highlights in the final, yeah. Paul Pogba is ungodly. His vision is disgusting, bruv. Like, man will slice a ball, 50-yard pass, and it goes to Mbappe's foot. And I'm like, nah, this guy he's demonic.
Today he played as if he was not injured at all. Like it's the first season. Oh, let me check out where I left off.
And I think Ollie's worried about him rupturing his ankle again, which I can understand. But for me, I don't know if I think it's a risk worth taking, if I'm being honest, because I feel like we needed to win this game. Like when we scored the equalizer, I thought, bruv, a W would be sweet right now, you know. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, Pogba is awesome. He's an awesome football player. There's times it frustrates me because I hate ball, like lack of ball retention. I hate when players lose the ball. That's why I was pissed off with Daniel James today. And you saw the difference between him and Fred and McTominay. Like, you can be a DM like Tolisso or Verratti and still be good on the ball. These guys are not great on the ball. You see Pogba? Bruv, I was waiting for a forward pass for 70 minutes. Just pass the ball forward. Oh my God.
For real. McTominay tried it and it was whack.
No, honestly, like, I'm gonna get onto that guy in a couple of weeks because he, like, no, honestly, you see McTominay, yeah. McTominay is not great, but he gets by because he'll do something in a game that is unreal, and it will save him for like 5 weeks. And everyone, because that goal against Man City is still in people's like peripherals and that. And for me, that's proper, like, you're overselling who you are. Like, McTominay is not levels, guys. He's not. And he runs around and he does the headless chicken thing, and it's like, maybe I'm getting onto him and it's the first game, but I've never been convinced about this youth, bruv. You see what I'm saying? Fred convinced me in the last, say, 3 months more than McTominay did. But you see Paul Labille Pogba, like, no, because I didn't watch Roy Keane's response to him coming on in the post-match interviews and stuff. So I want to hear what he has to say, because he gets onto him just like his best mate, Graham Souness. You see what I'm saying? That racist flipping whatever. Because he's racist, bruv. He's racist. Them men are racist. Because, like, because Pogba can do nothing right, bruv. Pogba can do nothing right in his eyes. And today was a prime example, because man will say, big game, what's Pogba on? Like he didn't win a World Cup. Like,
you remember this one, bro?
No, guys, the guy is wavy, bro. He's wavy. He's very wavy. I'm so gassed that I want him to leave because of the nonsense he receives from the media. But tonight is you saw the team without him, and you saw the team with him. And then he said, okay, cool. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if he hadn't done anything tonight, Souness would have been like, you get me? Put your men
even when he came on, there was an attack you had, and then Martin Tyler was like, Pogba's running into the penalty area, but the Bray was nowhere near it, blood. Like the ball come in, whipped in. I was like, they are itching to say Paul Pogba. Like even Neville was saying his name about something else.
And we've seen him do that dribble before. The dribble he did to Eric Dyer, he did it to Koscielny.
Oh yeah,
he did it to Koscielny. We've seen him go to the byline, and he should dribble that. He should never be able to dribble that, and he does it because the guy's like 6'9" and can control the ball well, bro. You know what? I love him, bro. I love him so much.
And I wish he was enough for sure.
I absolutely hear that.
Yeah, Man United till I die agrees with you. Pogba man of the match. He is awesome, absolute game changer.
No, guys, he came on the game for 20 minutes and was the man of the match.
Yeah.
No, deep hit, bro.
Yeah. Peter asked me who was man of the match, and I said, bro, it has to be Pogba. Like, even though it's only been a couple of minutes, but yeah, it's him.
I would have given it to Dyer, except for the stupid mistake, or even Lloris, but at the end of the day,
Lloris was superb tonight.
I believe it was given to Bruno. Yeah.
They gave it to who?
I think it was given to Bruno.
Bruno had a decent game.
They just want to keep the run going. How many has he got now? 6.
Damn,
he's got bare man of the match. He's got bare in his yard, like bare man of the match trophy.
That's more than 7 man in the whole rubber.
Yeah, facts. Sam Issa made a comment quite a while ago. He said VAR wasn't used because they're conspiracy to... What?
I said,
Salim Issa.
You're having a funny today.
I'm having a howler. He said VAR wasn't used because of conspiracy to stop us getting the Champions League. I don't know who us is.
I'm guessing Sheffield United.
Who's your team?
United fan.
Oh, yeah, I know who, because he's like, Ernie, when's the shop opening?
No, man. Yeah.
I think it's one of my, I don't even know. Oh, yeah, because he follows the podcast, for real. Yeah, he's a fake Sheffield United fan. And he's an Arsenal fan as well. He said his mum sent him to Sheffield when he was a fetus. So man, he's batting, bro. That man lying. He lying.
Oh, so he's a gooner. Let's see.
He's a gooner when he wants to be.
He said he's basically saying them man don't want Sheffield United in Europe. They ain't trying to see that. UEFA said no.
I said it's happening. I said Messi is coming to Bramall Lane. What are you doing?
You know what this reminds me of though?
What?
When Chelsea screwed Cardiff. Do you know Cardiff?
Hold up.
That was a screw job.
In my opinion, this is equivalent. And they never used the VAR.
Oh, mate. When we're talking screw job, that is the Chelsea Cardiff one was scandalous, man. Absolutely scandalous.
No, I've not seen a worse offside. That was like these men were off.
It was unbelievable. I mean, they went down. For
real. But I think my favorite part of that day is when Warnock just stared at the officials.
Bro,
that was comedy.
You know what else do? Like, I recently watched it back here. Do you know there's like a security guard on the pitch with them?
Yep.
With the referees, there's like a safety officer. I'm sitting there like, these guys thought he was going to get the
absolute banter.
I love it.
The Premier League players. They beat United on the last day of the season at Old Trafford.
They had a season, man. They had a horrible season. Their last 5 games was some horrible games, weren't they? There was Chelsea, it was United, it was a few hard ones there.
Liverpool was in there.
I think Liverpool was in there as well, yeah. Oh God, mate, that was mad.
They lost. All right, I guess we're coming to a close pretty soon, but we've got one more comment from Boss Like Endo. Chelsea's title win in 2017 was like Liverpool's title run in 2014. Both teams shouldn't have been where they finished. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
No, Chelsea deserves to win that league.
No, I hear what you're saying though, because like, do you remember that season? Obviously, Chelsea like they friggin' hit a ramp and then just left us. But the start of that season was mad. Like there was bare teams in that season that could have fought for the league.
Yeah, but remember Chelsea had no Europe that year. We were supposed to do well in the league.
True that. Hey, what, David? No European football this year, yeah. So we can just concentrate, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? I tried.
Oh, who in your team knows how to concentrate? Name him.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's it.
That's fine. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's it. Other than that, I was gonna say goodbye, Norwich. It's fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That hurt.
Do you know what? Yeah, I hear what you mean by it hurt you, but by the second and third, I said you deserve to go down. No one, you're not allowed to be in this league if that's the kind of level of defending. The midfield, I mean, there was Red Sea parting in midfield, so I'm not here for lackluster performances from clubs like Norwich. I know I've been hearing, yeah, they're the best team that are in the relegation zone, rare. Fam, there's no W's. I could not give a monkey's, bro. And if you're not defending and you can't, and you haven't got a midfield, right? Because name the DM. I don't even know his name. They were.
He didn't try.
They're friggin'. I was seeing Cantwell. I was seeing Buendia. I was seeing bare talent. Yeah, that this number 8 come on. I'm seeing bare flair players, bare source, and nothing to protect the back four. Nothing. Mm. They got Tim Krul in goal.
Do you then blame the manager? Because I feel like Norwich have had so many moments. Like, if you're a football purist, Norwich has been one of those teams that have been unlucky. But at the end of the day, it's a results business. Like, you can't just rely on scouted football and football manager kind of tactics, bruv. Man has to actually put the ball in the net. And I just feel like Norwich is one of those teams where if I was on Football Manager or FIFA career mode, those are my guys. That's where I'm looking to get my talent. But they just can't get a W. Like, they got pammed today.
Because, by a team who lost 9-0 already this season, if you're behind Aston Villa and Bournemouth, you shouldn't be here. Like on paper, look at the teams that you're behind. Look at the teams you're behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brighton are going to do whatever it takes to get in the relegation zone. West Ham, I mean, I've got all night for them. Do you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, if you're Steve Bruce at Newcastle, bruv, do you know how bad that side is? Mm-hmm. It's a terrible side, terrible. But yeah, man, it is the manager's fault. He likes to play a certain way, but brother, adapt. Like, we're not in the Championship. You're playing Brentford. You're not playing friggin' Notts Forest. You're going to friggin' Southampton, and Southampton are slapping you up, teaching you how to play football. Do you get what I'm saying? They Southampton outplayed them.
Can I ask a question? Where do you guys think his tactics work?
Not in the Premier League.
You don't think you could manage any other team in the league with these tactics?
Okay.
I had my eye on Everton.
See, I would have gone to Everton. That's the easy route. Everyone's gone to Everton trying to play their football, and they've ended up where Everton are now.
The failures that you're seeing at Norwich, we would see replicated at Everton. They're not solid.
How many years have we seen bad defending from Everton? But because they went a certain way, you know what I'm saying?
No, but Everton haven't had a good defender in like 50 years.
That's true.
Yeah. What, are we going to go back to Seamus Coleman and my man at left back? That looks like one of the members of the Beatles.
I swear Baines will play on Sunday.
It's a Ringo Starr, you know?
Huh?
It's a Ringo Starr. You see, I'm like Paul Harrison. George Harrison, Paul McCartney.
Funny. Funny. Wait, were you trying to say Paul McCartney?
Huh? His missus took care of his keys. Can't remember her name, but she was an amputee. The peas.
Oh my god! Man said she was an
so bad.
Huh? Adrian, stop.
Listen. Trust me. The last time Everton had a good defender, period, was, bruv.
I am.
Stones was good there.
Joseph Yobo.
Ban that, blood. I said Joseph Yobo.
That's the last defender.
I Silva Distan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Silva Distan.
Flipping hell, Distan. Oh,
that was what we went to heaven.
God.
From Newcastle to Everton. It was a servant for him.
Oh, allow it, Endo, man.
Leave alone.
We're not getting onto our guy, man.
Why would to end up?
Man said it's all love like a couple comments ago, and man wants to bring it back.
I like bring it back.
Anyway, flipping. Listen, I don't know what's gonna happen by the end of this week. Forget the end of the season. There's been so many ups and downs. It's like, bruv.
Yeah,
the games are back on every day because our next game's Wednesday. I believe. Yeah, against Sheffield United.
Oh, we're gonna make a mountain out of that one.
Yeah, it will be a mountain.
Nah, W, man, W.
That's what we said today.
I mean, but I didn't think you'd win today. Like, I feel like you should have won, but I wasn't so certain. I feel like you will win against Sheffield United.
No, guys. Like, credit to Tottenham, but they weren't great. Tottenham have beaten us with better performances than that. The other ones, bro.
Yeah, facts.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's a very annoying draw. That's what it is.
Oh, Robin, I'm so pissed, man. I'm so upset, bro.
It's a very annoying draw.
I'm so pissed, bro.
Guys, you could have lost to Man City, mate. Trust me, there's a lot worse out there. There's a lot worse.
But I mean, we played City twice. Did we beat City twice, Robin?
Yeah, we did.
It's right. You get me?
It was an Ollie masterclass. Some people,
Ollie masterclass for that.
Anyway, let's see. You never know. Man said 3 point Sheffield United.
No, guys.
Where is it?
You see Salim, yeah?
Salim is. I think it's at Old Trafford.
He's the biggest troll you're gonna see on our podcast. No, trust me. Okay. Just not warned you from now. He's a troll.
Yeah, it's at Old Trafford. If you want to know,
because we drew 3-3 at their ground.
Yeah,
Brandon Williams scored the last one. Sick goal.
3-3. I remember that now.
Yeah, sick goal.
You're right.
I think Daniel James scored as well.
He had a good start. That's all he is. He had a very good start, and then it just went away.
Yeah,
that's why he plays in the Championship.
He scored against Chelsea. He scored against Southampton, and then Norwich. I think Norwich was his best game. But anyway,
No, guys, honestly, I genuinely think Daniel Farke was playing 4-4-2. But not the conventional 4-4-2. You know that system where it's 4-1-4-1?
Yeah.
But he took the DM and he put him up front. Bro, it was like a red. Honestly, I said red sea. There was no defensive cover. It was wave after wave of attack. I watched the hands of him at that point. You deserve to go down.
Southampton were like beaters, man. I was thinking, yo. Oh, man. Right, on that note, right there. On that note, we will wrap up this evening's Top 4 podcast. Thank you guys for locking into our reaction from tonight's game. We'll be back Monday for the weekends. The rest of the footy on the weekend. Yeah, man. Say peace out, everybody. We will see you on Monday night at 8 p.m. Peace.
Daniel James, get out of my club. Thank you.
Get out, bro.